Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yay. I'm glad to be here also with you. My name is Jennifer Benford, and I am on the Community Advisory Panel with KQED. I am enthusiastic about my participation in the CAP because I am able to collaborate with other community advocates who are passionate about developing and promoting valuable and engaging events and celebrations that resonate with our diverse communities across age, across culture. I look forward to broadening the reach, value, and impact of KQED PBS programming and influence on our current and new audiences. KQED is Northern California's PBS NPR member station. Our mission is to inform, inspire, and involve. Our live events programs aim to bring that mission to the stage. You can see our full lineup of performances, food tastings, trivia nights, and more at kqed.org/live. Raise your hand if you are already a KQED member. Let's see, hands up. There we go. Great, great, great. For those who haven't joined yet, we'd love for you to become a member. Supporting KQED means supporting local journalism that truly matters. Plus, when you join, you get access to some really pretty sweet benefits. My favorite is getting the advance notice of the free KQED events. So, scan the QR code to become a member or visit kqed.org/donate. One of the benefits of becoming a member through this QR code is if you donate $150 a year or more, you get a KQED artisanal chocolate bar made by Milena from the Chocolate Bar, an East Bay chocolate company who has been featured on our stages and has notes of ginger and coffee to reflect the global nature of the Bay. So we want to thank this season's sponsors that make KQED Live possible: the San Francisco Symphony, Comcast Business, and Genentech. We are so grateful for their commitment to supporting our mission of civic and cultural engagement in the Bay Area. So now it is my pleasure to give a warm welcome to the creator, producer, and host for tonight's event, Cecilia Phillips. As the Check Please Bay Area coordinating producer and on-camera reporter, Cecilia has long been a part of the Bay Area food scene, working under several celebrity chefs and as a food tour guide for many years in San Francisco. Within Check Please Bay Area, her segment, Cecilia Tries It, follows her around the Bay Area in search of off-the-beaten-path spots for culturally diverse culinary experiences. Recently, she has hosted KQED's newest digital food series, Beyond the Menu. Beyond the Menu explores the origin stories behind people's favorite foods in an absurd amount of detail. Please welcome Cecilia to the stage.
How's everyone doing tonight? Good. Okay, I see some people already are grabbing their paddles, so that's amazing. I'm so excited to do this for so many different reasons. So I just wanted to welcome you all into KQED Live. We are so excited to do Chew on This again, and this is actually the third iteration of Chew on This. How many people have come to a different Chew on This before? Oh my gosh, look at the numbers. They're going up. This is great. Okay, how many of you have never been to KQED Live before? Is it your first time? Okay, awesome. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. So please feel free to make lots of noise. We need lots of energy tonight for these contestants. Yes. Who are going to be participating. And also, you know, I want you to make noise, but then you also have some paddles. We'll get into that in a second. So what is Chew on This? So Chew on This, of course, is a food competition game show that I created where contestants will eat answer and analyze their way to the top of the food pyramid, which we all know is the sweetest place to be, right? So this evening, you all are going to be in for a treat. We're going to be doing lots of trivia. We're going to have some physical rounds where they're going to be kind of playing around on the stage and learning some more stuff. We're going to also talk to one local chef that I've interviewed in the past. We're going to do a demonstration, a tasting, and then there's prizes, okay? I'm thinking that the energy needs to be a little bit higher. Amazing, amazing, amazing. They're going to be doing so much tonight, like they're going to need you to keep them energized, okay? So tonight is very special for so many different reasons. And like I said, the first is that we're collabing with a program that I do now called Beyond the Menu. Now, Beyond the Menu is a brand new digital series here at KQED. And what we do, the group of producers who make this are just phenomenal. They will go out and find scientists, historians, and they will find a food, and they will search the origin story in as far back of detail as they can find. We've produced 9 episodes already, which is amazing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Some of which include Rocky Road ice cream, pineapple buns, and samosas. Tonight, of course, our theme food is... Okay, all right, so we'll learn more about that, why some of you said one and some of you said the other. But without further ado, I would love to bring up my contestants. I also just want to make sure that you all keep them super energized, and me, because tonight, believe it or not, is the 20th time that I'm stepping onto this KQED live stage. Yeah. Does anybody want to dispute that? Because I'm pretty sure those are the correct numbers. 20 times in 4 years. I think that is the most that anybody has done any live event. So I'm pretty excited and very happy that you all came out to be here tonight. Okay, so without further ado, let's please welcome to the stage our 3 contestants. Shall we? Give them a big round of applause. Keep it going. Keep the energy up. Oh, this. Contestant number 3 brought me a boxed water. This is already going in a very good direction for you. Okay. Supposed to be impartial. All right, here we go. So each of you, I would love for you to introduce yourselves to the crowd. So contestant number 3, Savannah, can you please tell me, yes, can you please tell me where you're originally from, where you call home now, and what do you do for work?
I'm a native of San Francisco, from the Sunset District, of Armenian descent, and I'm a middle school English teacher at KZV Armenian School. My
I know that was something that you were really proud of. Some of your students are actually here in the crowd tonight, right?
There you are.
Okay, awesome. So we're definitely going to keep this peachy. Okay, great. You and I actually also share something else in common. So,
yes, we do.
Check Please Bay Area. Anybody heard of that show that we
Yes.
All right, great. So Check Please Bay Area this year is celebrating its 20th anniversary. Yes, I've had the opportunity to host a segment within that show called Cecilia Tries It for the last 5 years, where I go out and interview lots of food truck owners and do a lot of amazing things. You share a bit of history with Check Please with me?
2016, season 11, I reviewed a Greek restaurant, which has now closed, unfortunately, but it was really good. Mm-hmm. And it was a really fun experience with my kids and my husband, and I'm really glad to be back here.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, contestant number 2. Bo, where are you originally from? Where do you live now? And what do you do?
Belmont, California. Belmont, California.
Belmont in the house.
Grew up there, can't quite leave it. I am currently a trivia host. 4 nights a week, I do a live show somewhere, on the peninsula. It is my great passion. I'm very lucky to do it, and even luckier to be here.
So, yeah.
My wife My wife Jennifer's in the audience. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. So are you vying for my job? What's just...
You know what? It crossed my mind.
Okay.
Anything's possible.
Better watch out. Okay.
I'll try.
Nice to meet you, Bo. All right. And finally, contestant number 1, Crystal. Where are you from? Where are you originally born? And what do you do now?
Yeah, my name's Crystal. I'm originally from Houston, Texas, and I currently live in San Francisco. And yeah,
There we go.
yeah. And I am a project manager here in the city.
Okay, awesome. All right, so for all of you in the audience, let's kind of go over what we're going to be doing tonight. So we're going to have lots of trivia. We're going to be doing 4 rounds of trivia, okay? And there's going to be lots of games. And then we're going to do the demo. We're going to meet one of our chefs. We're going to kind of eat some food, and then there'll be a final 5th round, all right? So we're going to be doing a lot of trivia and a lot of talking. You all have a very important part besides just like hyping them up, right? So each of you has a paddle, correct, that was on your seat? Okay. All right, let's test the audience, okay? This is going to be the only time that you guys are not in the hot seat. Okay, audience, if the red side is facing you, what does that mean that the other side is facing me? Nice, okay. All right, now turn it around. Now, if the green side is facing you, what's facing out?
Red.
Oh, don't want to see
And clearly red is boo and green is yay.
Gotcha.
So if I need you all are going to be helping me. If I need you all for a tiebreaker, if I need you to tell me just what you think, if you just want to vote, just whatever, just participate. We want to get you involved, okay? Yeah?
All right.
See about 10 paddles with the downward already. This is not a good start. Okay, here we go, everybody. And also, I just really want to ask everybody, does everybody know the name of the show? Can we say it all together?
Chew on this.
Okay, good practice. We're going to need it later. Let's go ahead and get started with round 1 of trivia. Okay, everybody. So this is generally corny trivia. Honestly, don't try to make the titles make sense. They don't. It's just going to be random trivia throughout. So here we go. Part 1, trivia. So for the rules, okay, each of you have a whiteboard in front of you, okay? So each of you is going to have 10 seconds to write an answer on the whiteboard. And the spelling doesn't matter, of course, until it does. So make sure to lift up your boards. And on the back of them are your names. Go ahead and lift them up. Yeah, so everybody can kind of see. Look at that. Yes, went all out.
Can I keep this?
You may not keep that, no. We will definitely be recycling that later. We'll talk about that more. Okay, so go ahead and get your whiteboards ready, and let's go ahead and get started with question number 1. All right, question number 1. Corn is A, fruit, B, grain, C, vegetable, or D, all of the above? Let's put 10 seconds on. Fancy timer. Sprung extra for that one. All right, here we go. I think everyone's answers are ready. So let's go ahead and reveal them to the audience. What do we think here? Oh, okay, so unanimous. Everybody is in agreement here. Let's test the audience really quickly. Do you guys want to go ahead and give me what you think, since we all have a unanimous answer? What do we think? What do we think? Are they right? Are they wrong? Are they right? Are they wrong?
Oh.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
All right, the correct answer is D.
Oh.
All of the above.
Naughty.
Everyone's in shock on question 1. Okay,
I
here we
know.
go. It's only going to
Trick
get harder.
question for the first one.
Yeah, I know. It's not a good start. Okay. Corn is a starchy vegetable. Its kernels are also considered grains, since they can be milled into flour. But it's also technically a fruit because it comes from the seeds of the flower of a plant.
That's true.
Good.
Okay.
All right, everybody learned something today. Okay, let's go to question number 2. How many varieties of corn are there worldwide? A, approximately 50, B, approximately 100, C, approximately 200, or D, approximately 450? Oh! Disregard. Okay, everybody has to be very quiet in the audience. I have to grab security. We don't actually, we don't have that prepared. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and reveal your responses to the audience. What do you all have? C for corn. Oh, very PBS. I love that. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal the answer. C?
Yes.
Approximately 200. answered. Everybody got it right. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Question number 3, does an ear of corn have an even or odd number of rows usually? All right, so everybody quiet in the audience. No yelling out, okay? So question number 3, does an ear of corn have an even or odd number of rows? 10 seconds on the clock. All right. I don't know. 10 seconds is almost over for something that was a 50-50 chance. Okay, let's go. Odd, even, and even. Okay, so we have a disagreement here. So let's see. Audience, do you think the contestant number 3 is correct? Yeah!
I don't know.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Contestants 1 and 2, you're correct. Let's see the answer. The answer is even. The average ear of corn has 800 kernels and 16 rows. It can sometimes be odd, but very, 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 very rarely. Almost next to never, and definitely not corn that we eat. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 4, what is the world record for the tallest stalk of corn? A, 25 feet, B, 48 feet, C, 55 feet, or D, 66 feet? Mutter amongst yourselves in the audience. Please be very quiet so we do not assist these folks as they're vying it out for the top of the food pyramid. I think that was probably 10 seconds. I'm so sorry. We missed the little timer. My bad. Okay, what's the answer that you guys want to reveal to the audience? B, please. B, question mark, and D. Let me ask you something, though. Do you have a sense?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and reveal the answer.
Yeah.
It was me. Okay. Yeah, that's 48 feet is real tall. The average stalk of corn is actually 8 feet tall. Okay, so that gives you a sense. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5, how much of the world's corn is produced by the United States? A, 1/3, B, 1/2, C, 1/4, or D, 2/3? 10 seconds on the clock. All right, and for question number 5, what do we think the answer is? How much of the world's corn is produced by the United States? Go ahead and flip them. D, USA, USA, USA. Okay. And everybody said it. What do we think, audience? Do you think they're right or wrong?
Ooh.
Oh, wow, look at this.
That
Okay.
means we're
Man, we're
wrong.
going to need to get AI in here pretty soon.
I know.
Counting these. I think it seems pretty much like the audience thinks that you all are wrong. Let's see if we can get a sound for this from the audience, from the answer. Yeah, they were wrong. Wrong. The answer is A, 1/3.
Okay.
1/3 comes from the United States. 31% of the world's corn is produced by the
solidarity.
United States.
we did
With
ask that
okay,
in the
I'm
trivia
gonna
question.
give this to the audience. I know you guys are
got
getting
that right.
loud. You want to answer. So what country do we think does the next most amount of corn? Wow, no, nobody has gotten it right. So you guys should feel better.
China.
China is correct.
Yeah.
And does anybody want to take a stab at the third country?
Argentina. Brazil.
Brazil! Wow! You are showing off, but you get no points for that.
Sorry.
So
It's okay.
that is great. I don't know why you didn't do
We're
that
gonna
the
put
first time
tariffs
around.
on
Okay, let's go to the next question. All right, so question 6. In the United States, what percentage of corn is grown for human consumption? A, 2%, B, 10%, C, 25%, or D, 30%?
I'm C.
All right, I think that was 10 seconds. Everybody has their answer. Go ahead and reveal. C for corn again. Just go for it. Okay, we have 2 C's and we have 1 B. Let's go ahead and reveal the correct answer. A, 2%. Everybody was wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great.
Occupy corn consumption.
Only 2% is grown for human consumption. All right, so let's go to the next question. This is question number 7. This has to be very specific. You have to get this precisely right with all the words that we need. This corn-based sweetener common in the United States processed foods is a cheaper sugar alternative. What corn-based sweetener common in U.S. processed foods is a cheap sugar alternative? 10 seconds. Quiet, everybody. We can hear you up here. There's no walls. There's no soundproofing. It's like an echo chamber. Okay. All right, and reveal your answers. Everybody got it right. The answer is indeed high fructose corn syrup. That was great. Okay, this is the final question for this round, question number 8. As a reminder, each of these were 10 points. When was microwave popcorn invented? A, 1936, B, 1946, C, 1971, or D, 1981? Everybody nice and quiet in the audience, please. We're really gonna have to get security. Have a holding area for you all to cool off in. All right, 10 seconds on the clock. Make sure to not reveal your answers to each other. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask the audience this first. This would be very helpful to probably know. Does anybody have any idea when the microwave was invented?
80s.
Oh,
Everybody is wrong. Everybody is wrong. The microwave was actually invented in 1946. 1945. 1945 was the microwave, okay? So let's go ahead and reveal your answers. A, R.I.P. Orville Redenbacher. C, corn, 1971. That is also incorrect. And Bo, D, correct answer. Woo! 1981.
Right. Okay.
Let's go ahead and tally up the scores really quickly. All right, so Crystal and Bo are tied at 40.
going down.
Amazing, great job, everybody. Okay, so that's pretty good. Got that first round over with. How you all feeling?
Fabulous. Hungry.
Oh, you say that now. All right, so we're gonna start with some introductions of each of you. Contestant number 1, Crystal. I wanna know a little bit more about you. You said you have a very interesting story with one of my favorite musical artists, one of the biggest pop stars of our time right now, Beyonce?
Yeah, oh, you know her? So, being from Houston, when I was working a part-time job in high school, one of our coworkers, this is way, way, way back when, was dating Kelly from Destiny's Child. And one night, him and I were closing the store, and he said to me, he's like, hey, do you want to go grab dinner with me and Kelly? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then he said, well, is it okay if Beyonce comes? And I was like, no. I was like,
Not saying no.
yeah, I was like, yeah, of course. And so at dinner, I remember it was Papa Brothers Steakhouse in Houston. I remember exactly what we ate. We ate oxtails. So it was Kelly, her boyfriend, me, and Beyonce.
Oh,
and so I was Beyonce's double date.
That is a great story. Amazing. Well, nice to meet you. All right, contestant number 2, Bo, you told me that you have a story about Nicaraguan butter?
Well, yeah, that's not going to top Beyonce eating dinner with me. Why don't you have her go first?
I know.
So, yes, I do have a story about Nicaraguan butter. When you guys were asking questions, to get on this show, you said what was like one of the worst things you ever eaten. So, I'm sure Nicaraguan butter is just fine. My mother-in-law is Nicaraguense, and I was visiting her, and she offered me some sourdough toast. It was very sour, more sour than it should have been, and I couldn't help but ask, why is this so sour, Sonia?
Why was it so sour?
And so, yeah, she was like, oh, it's just the Nicaraguan butter. And I said, really? Well, what makes it so different? She goes, well, I've had it, I just came back from traveling. I had it in my bag for a few days. Just took another bite, like, all right, well, it's halfway done.
Love that you took another bite. Okay, cool. Just
Sonia's watching right now. Love you, Sonia. Thank you for the book.
Thanks for watching. Okay, and finally, contestant number 3, Savannah, you have a worst meal story?
For my 30th birthday, long ago, my husband and I took a trip to France, and we thought we would splurge one night and go to a really fancy restaurant, and we did. And we looked forward to dessert, and there was only one choice, so we said, okay, bring it. And it was duck liver ice cream on a bed of lentils. And my husband was like, I'm not eating this. And I thought, well, I got to be polite, respectful. And the man was like, do you not like it? And I said, it's interesting. And he just was angry and walked off. And I took a bite, and that was it. We went and had hamburgers the next day. Sorry, America.
Just to let anybody in the audience know, if that's your favorite dish, we are not here to yuck
Duck
your
liver
yum.
ice cream.
Yeah. Okay, that does sound like a very interesting meal.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you all so much. Nice to meet each and every one of you. Yeah. Applause. Okay, so we are going to be going into round 2. We're just going to jump right in, and I want to introduce somebody else to the stage. If you want to come on up, Emily. We're going to give Emily a big hand here because there's a funny story. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
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 There's a funny story as to why you're here, isn't there, Emily?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I have some amazing news, which is that there were almost 40 people who applied to be on the show, which for having done this just 3 times, that's amazing.
Yeah,
40
for sure.
people who were like, I will embarrass myself in front of a crowd of strangers for some random prizes that I don't even know what I'm winning. So, so you 3 were chosen. We really loved you. And Emily, you were amazing as well. Thank you. You did not make it up there.
No, I didn't.
So
But I
here
did.
you are. You are. You're here. They loved you so much, and we needed the extra help. So thank you for being free labor, or pardon, volunteer. Okay, so for round 2, I called it Corncentrate, okay? Because this is going to be really hard. This is an incredibly difficult game. It is very complicated. Emily's going to help me out with scorekeeping and timing, okay? So round 2 is actually broken up into multiple parts. We're going to start at the best place to start, which is round 2 and part 1. So let's go ahead and take a look. This trivia is identifying imagery of food, okay? So I'm going to give you the rules, all right? If everybody's ready. So, really concentrate, okay? Oh my God, I've already said it once before. Okay. Contestants have 60 seconds to identify 6 corn-based dishes. You can take notes on your whiteboard, okay, as I'm describing these. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read descriptions of these dishes out loud, and in front of you, on the index cards, which are flipped over, you can flip them. Go ahead, go ahead. You have the names of these dishes, which we are going to show in just a few moments. You will see the imagery here, and we're going to show the audience what you're about to see. Oh. And you will have 60 seconds to run over and place the dishes on top of the imagery that you see. Now, the trick is that you cannot bring more than 1 item with you to the board, okay? So 1 at a time, you can go to the board, all right? So for the audience, let's go ahead and show off the next slide, which is the names of the dishes that these folks have in front of them, okay? Emily, if you wouldn't mind helping me to reveal our very expensive, very magical board here.
So,
our game board, okay?
So
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, with the board.
Oh,
Big
no,
reveal.
I'm Vanna White. Wait.
There you go, there you go, there you go.
Okay.
one more. 2 more.
All right. Oh, Emily, you're such a good sport. Okay,
free.
so you have a timer ready with 60 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and tell them when they can go.
All right, ready?
So 1 at a time?
1 at a
One
time.
at a time. Set.
And go. Okay, great. So for each of you who's kind of looking at this, we have the 6 dishes 1 at a time with the
One at-
cards.
one at a time with
You
cards.
You guys go. This is a competition.
I'm
huh?
taking my sweet
Go
time,
faster.
girl.
Elbows
60
out.
seconds is not a lot of time.
Go.
I love that they're slowly walking. This is wonderful, actually. Oh, So
30 seconds done. Halfway over. Halfway over. Almost. 15 seconds. 15 seconds, Savannah.
you gotta hurry. All right.
5 seconds. 4 seconds. That's it.
Oh, and time.
Okay.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, that was really challenging. Okay, so you, Savannah, you were so close here. I think we have a sixth one that we didn't get on the board. Okay, so what Emily is going to do right now is count up the dishes that were correctly gotten, and for each one that is correct, we will give you 10 points, okay? So this was just getting the names of the dishes on here. Of course, we have a corn-like pancake dish that's on here, a grit-like dish, a savory kind of cornmeal dish, a sweet, thick corn-based dessert, a corn tea mixed with roasted corn flavor, often made with hominy, identified by colors of red, green, and white. And then finally, we have a tea-based drink. Okay, so Emily is going to continue to do that. How do we feel about that one? That was challenging, right?
Challenging.
Okay, I feel like you probably knew a couple of the dishes, maybe. Oh, Bo is shaking your head.
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
I'm not a cultured man.
Okay. All right, so while Emily's doing that, we are also going to be doing another round of trivia in just a moment. As soon as we figure out exactly what you got correctly, I would make sure to take notes here, okay, on what you got right and incorrectly. Just keep an eye on that, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. This marker is real. We need to update the markers here at KQED. All right. All right, so it looks like, what do we have here, Emily?
Well, Crystal is currently in first with 40 points.
And can you make sure to point out the ones that were correct here so everybody can kind of
So
see?
we've got
And hopefully we can kind of actually get this on the board for everybody in the audience to kind of see like a little stream here.
correct. Correct. No.
What's up with 3?
No.
Okay, great. And then if you wouldn't mind coming over on this side, and we'll have you do the same here for Savannah and Bo.
Correct.
Awesome. Oh, amazing. There we go. That is what we need.
No.
Totally, totally amazing viewpoint here.
Great.
Okay.
Great. No.
All right. Okay. Have any of you had any of these dishes before?
Yes.
Okay. What have you had?
Oh, chicho morada in Peru.
All right. Awesome. Oh,
Polenta.
keep some information yourself. Might have hit the next trivia round here. Okay. All right. So we're good on the scores here, Emily?
Correct.
All right. Awesome. So Crystal, it looks like you have 40 points additional to your score. Savannah, you have 30 points that you're adding to your score. And Bo, you have 20 points that you are adding to your score. Okay, so this is going to be round 2, part 2. So let's go ahead and put the slide up so everyone can see what we're moving into. So now we're going to guess the country of origin. Sorry, Crystal. You gave everyone an advantage.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, here we go. So you obviously are going to have 6 countries of origin. Okay, now we're going to enable the hydraulics on this. Okay, here we go.
Hey, all right.
Oh my gosh, amazing. The technology, it's unbelievable. Okay, okay, a little too far.
Oh, help me, Lord.
And off to the people to the side here. See, there we go.
There we go.
All right. So, to make this a little bit easier for the audience, we do have a slide of the map that's much larger, so you can kind of see this. 6 countries have been highlighted, and so each map has the 6 countries of which the dish is most closely associated with origin, okay? In front of you, you have sticky notes that have numbers on them, 1 through 6.
Okay.
That round was really hard, so we're gonna make this a little bit easier on you. We are going to actually show you the numbers of the dishes and their imagery that corresponds with them, which is the next slide. next slide.
which is
Yeah, there you go. Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. So once again, one at a time, you run over with the correct number for the dish that's associated with it and place it over the country that's most closely associated with origin. 60 seconds on the clock?
Yeah.
All right, tell them when to go.
Ready?
And one by one.
One by one.
Okay.
It's the chaos we love, right? Woo! Okay.
All right.
All right.
Ready? Go.
Poor Bo.
I find you.
So we clearly. In no particular order are these countries that I'm going to list off, which are Korea, Brazil, Italy, Mexico, Peru, and Costa Rica.
30 seconds.
30 seconds left on the clock. They're
Bye-bye.
running. I think they're starting to get the speed they need to be at.
20 seconds.
Are you guys speed walkers?
Yeah.
What is this? Is okay.
15 seconds.
Oh wait, you took two. You have two. Oh,
Get back here! Sorry.
oh my gosh.
Cheater!
Stop talking to me. Well, she gave you Peru. She
5
gave you
seconds.
Peru.
Yeah.
5 seconds. That was amazing.
I don't know about that.
Do we have the instant replay?
Yeah.
Do we have that? Do we have that capability yet?
I don't know about that.
No. Okay. All right. We're just gonna say that they got that before the end of the timer ending, right? Okay. All right. Okay. So Emily, go ahead and take a look at these scores, and go ahead and start to add them up to see where everybody got everything. You know what? I'm not gonna call anybody out on this because I was just gonna see if you guys even, I mean, do we know where we are in the world in the map? Do we? No? Okay, great. Okay. Well, like I said, we had Korea, Brazil, Italy, Mexico, Peru, and Costa Rica. And while Emily is adding them up, I am going to go ahead and go back to the slide with the dishes on them.
I realize now I do believe I've marked a place that wasn't even marked on the map.
Nice. Okay. Emily, be careful. All right, so chicha morada, we had already, thanks to Crystal, talked about. It is from?
Peru.
Peru. Okay. Pozole, audience?
Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico.
Who's heard of chorreada? I have never had this dish before. Is anybody
Never
familiar
heard
with
of
this pancake?
Brazil.
Yes. Correct. And number 4, polenta. Anybody heard of that?
Yeah, Italy.
Nice. Okay. And number 5?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, amazing. And number 6, Korea, amazing. So that is a corn silk tea at the bottom. The other is the sweet dessert that I mentioned that has often made with a corn-based sweet thick dessert. And then finally, pozole, we said, can be red, green, white. And lastly, chicha morada is kind of the red iced tea drink that is often drank in Peru. All right, so Emily, how are we doing on scoring?
Good.
Okay, awesome. So Crystal did how well?
Crystal got them all correct.
Woo! Great job. So that'll be 60 points to Crystal. And then how did Savannah and Bo do?
Savannah and Bo both did well with 40 points.
Amazing. Okay, so we can just get the regular chew on this slide up because this part is about to get pretty wacky. All right. So I told you all to kind of do, as best as you could on this because this was going to be a really hard round. So this is part 3. I'm going to describe this to you all because it is real complicated. All right, so we are going to have a certain game brought out to the stage that you all might be familiar with, and we are going to set it up. Contestants, I would love it if you could put down your markers, go ahead and start to make your way down the stage, and as you slowly go down, go down, we have something here.
Take our stuff or
Leave your stuff right
Leave
there.
it. Oh.
Leave that right there. Just go ahead and come on down the ramp.
down the
Oh,
ramp.
down the
You're
ramp.
doing great. Keep on walking. This is
Oh,
actually
down
perfect
there. Down
because
there.
it gives timing for us to set this up. All right. So we're going to get.
Oh Oh my Lord.
We're going to get,
Okay,
you all stand here behind that cornhole. Okay, great. Okay, great. Right over there. Now, okay, we're going to get a live view so that everybody in the audience can kind of see what's going on, okay? And I'm going to explain this. Are any of you familiar with what this is?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, this is a great start. All right, so here's how it's going to work this time. So, Emily, you actually scored Crystal with 60 points, okay? For each one of those, you are going to get 10 seconds, okay, on the clock. So, Crystal, you will begin first. Okay. You are going to have 60 seconds to throw as many cornhole bags as you can over into my dear friends who are in the front row. Okay, so I'm part of a women's group, and one of my dear mentors is here who I'm going to bring up, and I'll bring up your name, not you. Sorry. Kim Bardakian, can you give a little wave? Kim Bardakian of Town Love. We'll talk about that a little more later. But they basically said, hey, we would love to be in the front row. They paid extra, so if you hit them, it's fine. You're gonna start 60 seconds, okay? You will start throwing. You can only pick up one bag at a time.
Okay.
Okay? And you start tossing, all right? Okay.
All right.
Now, as soon as 20 seconds passes, Emily is going to give Bo and Savannah the chance to start throwing. After 20 seconds have passed, you both have 40 seconds. Now, some of the bags are already gonna be over here. Y'all are gonna be crossing back and forth, just running. It's gonna be chaos. 1 minute of just trying to get anything in the cornhole, okay? All right, so you might want to stand like nearer to it. There you go. Awesome. One bag at a time only.
All right.
Line up. Might want to line up, because you're going to be right after.
So
there
20
you go.
seconds, and are they going to tell?
Only one at a time, okay? All right, so Emily, if you can give them a countdown, tell them when to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Corn!
Okay, so that is one for Crystal for sure. One for Crystal. Great. And then Bo and Savannah, you need to be paying attention to the clock.
5, 4. So you're going to throw from there here. You're going to throw from there here. Right?
Come over here.
Go. Run. Yeah, there you go. Yep, just battle it out. Savannah, you got to go and grab a cornhole bag on either side. Yeah, just start grabbing. There you go.
So I start now?
You were so close.
15.
Oh, now they're just tossing. Right. Amazing.
5 seconds left.
5 seconds left on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
1. Amazing job. Come on, back up.
That was crazy.
That was great. Wow. That worked out way better than we expected. That was the first time we did that, actually. That was great. Okay. Let's give it up for Crystal.
Yeah.
They're going to go ahead and move the cornhole board so nobody has to worry about tripping over it. And obviously, for that cornhole, that was a huge feat. We are going to award you, Crystal, 50 points for that.
Nice.
Yeah, 50 points. Because cornhole tossing is hard, and you did it. You got it. That was amazing. Emily, thank you so much for right now. We will be bringing you up later, okay? Thank you.
Anybody else sweating?
Okay, let's go ahead and take a moment to go to the scoreboard in a second. Oh, wow, Crystal. With that cornhole edition, 190 points, Bo at 100, and Savannah staying tight at 150. You're doing great. Okay.
Thanks, Tiger Mom.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and move on to the next round. So round 3 trivia. This is corn in pop culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Very punny.
I got a cornucopia of them, huh?
Hey!
Oh, Bo, come on. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, let's move on. All right, round 3 trivia, corn and pop culture. Let's go ahead and just get started with question number 1. Oh, with the rules. So you're going to be using the whiteboard again, okay? 10 seconds on the clock to write your answers on the whiteboard. And let's go ahead and start with question number 1. Cornfields were a key setting for 2 popular movies, one a classic sports movie and the other a sci-fi thriller, both with twist endings. What are their names? If you can get both of them, you will get 10 points for each, or if you can just get one, you get 10 points. Cornfields were a key setting for 2 popular movies, one a classic sports movie and the other a sci-fi thriller, both with twist endings. What are their names? 10 seconds are on the clock, and time's up. Interesting. Okay, so we're not even gonna go over this right now. There's so much going on, and
I think we should.
I'll tell you why. Let's go ahead and reveal the answer to the one that we were looking for. A Field of Dreams.
Sign. I knew it.
So, Bo, you got both correct.
Bofa.
Yes, so you will get 20 points. Crystal, you had Field of Dreams, so you will get 10 points. And Savannah, I believe you had only Interstellar on there, which was incorrect. So let's go ahead and move on to question number 2.
Something has happened to my eraser.
Which, oh no.
Mars.
Oh my gosh, the great scandal.
Sabotaging.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. Do you all feel comfortable?
There's answers on these.
Ready to go.
Oh my gosh, that's juju. Okay, what 1977 short story by Stephen King was turned into a major motion picture in 1984? All right. That's time. Let's go ahead and see the answers. Children of the Corn again, yes. Let's go ahead and see the answer for the audience. That is correct, Children of the Corn. So 10 points for everybody on that one.
Yay.
Savannah, you got some of the students here.
KZV. Woo.
After this, they're Children of the Corn.
Oh, let's not watch that.
Good,
Don't watch
good
it.
point. Good point.
You are not allowed.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, question number 3. Director Christopher Nolan planted a real 500-acre cornfield in Alberta for this film, avoiding CGI. 10 seconds on the clock.
Oh, Christopher Nolan. Thank you.
All right, and let's reveal the answer. Done.
I have no clue.
He did it in the sky.
Bo and Savannah, you both said Interstellar. Audience, what do we think? That is correct. Let's reveal the answer. It is Interstellar. Okay, so Bo and Savannah, you each will get 10 points. Okay, let's move on to the next question.
That's true.
This is question number 4. Name the new metal
son.
band from Bakersfield known for Freak on a Leash. Bonus for correct spelling. 10 seconds on the clock. Feel like Bo is hitting his stride.
I'm good for something.
All right, I think that is time. Okay, go ahead and reveal.
So what to go?
Well, this is actually amazing.
remembered.
Okay, go ahead and fully show the audience, everybody. Your
Yes.
here. Okay, so Crystal, you wrote horns with a Z. Horns. Bo, who said he was finally getting good for something, wrote corn, but actually, Savannah. Let's reveal the answer to the audience. It is actually corn with the R backwards. You know what? Just because I can, because I made up this game, Savannah, I'm gonna give you 10 extra points.
Thank you.
Great job. Okay.
Big fan, were you?
No. My students were.
Sure.
Is there a band called Corns that you listen to on the?
I did not listen to
No?
that. My
Not you?
students.
Crystal,
I
do you
did.
Corns?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're super Bakersfield.
All right, Bakersfield.
Thought they were
Let's
from
move
Fresno.
on to the next question. All right, question number 5. In 2022, a 7-year-old named Tariq went super viral on YouTube for his love of corn. What web series made him famous? Audience, I'm curious. Raise your paddle if you think you know the answer. Oh, see, look, they wouldn't even be doing that much better than all of you all. Don't let them judge you. All right.
No.
10 seconds is up. Crystal, you got to stop writing.
Okay. I need to
Answer
put something-
is, let's go ahead and reveal it to
No
the
idea.
audience.
I have no.
Go ahead and face it to the. Okay,
Oh.
so the
That's
web
not a
series
web
that made him
series.
famous was TikTok. Nope, that
No,
is incorrect.
That's not a web series.
Sorry. Yep. Nope. Interesting Kids. And in 2022, 7-year-old Tariq went viral for his love of corn on RuPaul's Drag Race. Is that what you're...
Yes. I needed
Okay.
a
That is the
series.
correct answer. No, that is not the correct answer. Go ahead and reveal. Audience, does anybody know? Go ahead and shut it. Yes,
Recess
who got
therapy.
It? Who said
Crap.
that? Raise your paddle. Who said it? Raise your paddle.
Oh.
I have nothing for you, but that was great.
knew that.
That was great. Oh, sorry. Okay, next question.
Pop culture. Pop the corn.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's just there's just more.
Yeah.
It just keeps going. Okay, question number 6. What year did Louis Ruckheim create the first Cracker Jack? A, the late 1890s, B, the early 1920s, C, mid 1950s, or D, early 1970s? Do you guys know the song? Anybody? Should we sing it? Yeah, should we sing it?
Oh,
that-
that's
This is such a beautiful moment.
That was an advertisement?
yeah.
That whole song?
Oh.
It's a shame. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the
Do you want this game?
I don't know.
Okay, let's reveal the answer. The late 1890s.
Oh, I thought it said
was
1980s.
A.
Yeah.
Crystal, you got it
That's what I
correct.
It's
It was super old.
I thought it was.
Yes.
I thought it was that.
Great
I should've
job.
put A.
All right, so we have the last one here. The final question, 7. What disaster in the Grapes of Wrath destroyed corn crops and drove farmers to California?
Oh my god.
10 seconds on the clock here.
Oh my god.
All right.
Can't believe I'm.
Show.
All right, go ahead and reveal your answers. Okay, I'm gonna need everybody's paddles for this one.
Paddle up.
So Crystal and Bo, you both said Dust Bowl, which is correct. Okay, that is
meant
correct.
Dust Bowl.
And they love that. They love that. Savannah
English
said
teacher.
Dust Storm.
Yes.
That counts.
It was a storm.
Hey,
They was-
I'm gonna say that the audience is saying yes to Savannah. Give you Dust Storm. The correct answer that we were
believe
looking
myself.
for was Dust Bowl.
And I teach assignment.
Which
all a
ironically
popularity
is what I
contest.
call the things I can't reach up in my top cabinets. All right, this is not landing very well. Okay, I had somebody write these. Okay, next thing is to do the scores because that is the end of round 3. Great, get the round. Woo! Okay. All right, and with that, Crystal, 230 points. Bo at 160, and Savannah, you are catching up at 200. Amazing job, everybody. All right, y'all, we're heading into round 4, which is actually the final round of trivia, okay? So this is a little bit different. We're gonna have some slightly different rules on this one. Round 4 trivia, the last kernels of knowledge that we have going on for you here. All right, so for this one, let's describe the rules. Contestants, you must keep your hands behind your back between questions, okay? All right? So you must wait for the question to be fully read. Whoever clucks in first, can somebody go ahead and give me a little example? Okay, this is our high-end answer for buzzers, okay? Whoever clucks first, you know, you'll get it
Yours
if you
is
get it
closer.
right. And then we'll see who can cluck next, and then we
Oh
can go
my.
on from there, okay?
Okay.
Yours
Now,
closer.
audience,
Okay.
I'm gonna need
Closer?
your help with this
There.
one because I'm gonna have to read. It's gonna be hard to see. They should have their hands behind their backs. We wanna make sure that if there's, in case of a tiebreaker, you all are gonna help me, okay? So I'll ask you to hold up your paddles. Who do we think got it? Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay,
Oh
great.
Lord.
Let's move into question number 1. What ancient process involves soaking corn in alkali to make cooking dough? Okay, clearly, Crystal, you got that one.
Nixtamalization.
Audience? That answer is correct. Nixtamalization. So this is the process of taking corn and making it into an edible thing for human consumption. All right, question number 2. What is the Spanish word for corn dough? Savannah.
Masa.
Audience? Yeah, they love it. Okay, and the answer, let's reveal it, is masa.
Hey.
10 points for you, Savannah. They're so gentle with the chickens.
Yeah.
All right, question number 3. What brand of corn flour is the most popular across the United States, Mexico, and Central America? Oh, Crystal, I'm so
okay,
sorry.
have to
What
wait?
was the rules?
Oh,
Gotta
dang it.
wait till the
Okay.
question's fully answered. So, what brand of corn flour is the most popular across the United States, Mexico, and Central America? Oh, you are out. You are
no.
sorry. I'm sorry if that was not clear. You buzzed in way too early.
I really want to
We're disqualified.
Brand of corn.
Yeah.
Brand
Anybody
of corn.
else?
Brand of corn. Brand of corn. I don't need corn.
Nobody knows the answer. Audience? Let's reveal the answer. Maseka.
Maseka.
Great job. Maseka is the brand that is the most popular across those areas, and we'll learn a lot about that in just a few moments. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. Which European explorer first brought corn from the Americas to Europe? Audience, okay, this is tough. This is where you come in. Oh, it's your time to shine. Okay, audience, raise your paddles if you think that Bo got in first. For green, for Bo.
Oh, that's pretty green. That's pretty green.
Gladiator.
And then raise your paddles if you thought that Crystal got in first. Okay, Bo, you clearly got the audience.
like I'm gonna get it right.
Which explorer first brought corn to the Americas from Europe?
Was it Columbus?
It's a pretty safe guy to blame on pretty much everything. Let's see the
Yeah,
answer.
I'd say so.
Christopher Columbus. All right, 10 points
Of course
for you.
I got that one.
All right, everybody. Question number 5. In 1996, which company commercialized an herbicide-resistant varietal of corn? Oh my gosh, we're doing it again, everybody.
Didn't even do it.
Okay, who thinks Crystal got it first?
Oh, baloney.
All right, and who thinks
Wrong
Bo
answer.
got it in first? Oh, they flip-flopped. Okay, Crystal, go ahead.
Monsanto.
Answer, please.
Monsanto.
Monsanto.
Oh, all right.
Great job.
I was gonna say Kellogg.
All right, y'all, I know you're having so much fun. This is actually the final question of this round, so let's focus up. What corn-based alcohol grew so popular in the late 1700s it sparked taxes and resistance in the United States? That was Bo, for sure.
Ethanol.
That is incorrect.
Good. Oh, she was
Wasn't
next
I-
though.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on anymore. Somebody.
Whiskey.
That is correct. Whiskey. Corn whiskey is what we would have accepted. All right, y'all, great job. So let's let them go ahead and tally up the scores to see what's going on now. We're gonna go to the scoreboard. That was 4 rounds of trivia, you guys. Amazing job. All right, and with that, Crystal, you have 250 points in the lead. Savannah coming in second at 220. And Bo, you have 170 points. But this game is not over. We're gonna let them go ahead and take a break. I know I'm getting exhausted being up here. It's not very easy being the Pat Sajak and the Vanna White. That was a good one. Okay, so they like that. All right, go ahead and take everything except for your water. Go ahead and leave the water. Water's always good on that table. Water's always good. Leave it there. Go ahead. Let's say goodbye to our contestants. Okay, everybody. So our contestants are going to take a quick break, and during this time, we are now going to be welcoming, in a few moments, to the stage, a very special person that I worked with on Beyond the Menu. So Beyond the Menu, we really hope that you go ahead and give this a watch. This is a really exciting new series. Like I said, about 9 episodes. We cover all sorts of foods, do a deep dive, and you learn so much about these foods, right? But I think I told you that one of the things that we're really excited about and why this night is so special is that just a mere few days ago, one of our episodes was nominated for an Emmy. Yeah. So So I'm really honored to be hosting this show. We're getting to tell all sorts of stories and learn about all sorts of things. And one of the things that I'm really excited about that I can't stress enough that KQED has really given me the opportunity to do is to help to connect people with food, right? The stories that bring us together instead of tearing us apart in these kind of challenging times that we're going through. And these stories are the ones that show us how much connected we are, right? So I really hope you all give it a check out tonight. Please, put it in your phones, kqed.org/beyond the menu. And of course, we're always looking for more stories to cover. So if there's a dish that you're curious about that you never knew the history of, write into us. Let us know what you're thinking, and we might just cover it. Okay, so in the meantime, I am going to introduce this person to the stage. We're not going to quite bring him up just yet. I'm really excited to welcome Emmanuel Galvan to our stage of Bolita Masa. Emmanuel is just a lover of all things maiz, corn. He knows so much about the history. And I am really excited to kind of chat with him again. And I did want to show you a bit of a clip, a teaser, if you will, from the show. And I really hope that you take a look at it and then watch when you get home. Let's roll the tape.
Lay it down like this, and then pull your hand away. And then it's fine. People think tortillas are so easy, but I always tell them it actually takes a lot of nuance to make a really good tortilla.
I'm seeing that. A great corn tortilla couldn't be any more simple. We're talking corn, water, maybe some salt, but the end result is magic. The charring, the texture, it immediately makes everything it touches just taste better. Now, the corn tortilla you get off the shelf, you probably know is not the freshest. But even the tortilla from your favorite Mexican restaurant that makes them fresh daily still might not be the best tortilla you could have. And that's because most are made from some version of mass-produced masa harina. It's corn flour, which basically means dehydrated corn. But we can do better, because a better corn tortilla already exists and has existed for thousands of years. All you need is fresh corn and an ancient science that's almost as old as civilization itself.
The Bolita varietal is a really big, broad kernel. If I want something a little sturdier, I'm gonna go with the Bolita varietal. And this one is a North American varietal called Red Butcher. It ends up being a little firmer, it's a little denser.
Say hello to Emmanuel. If you're looking for the perfect corn to make the perfect tortilla, he's definitely your guy.
Masa is a dough made from maiz. And when I started traveling to Mexico as an adult, I started seeing a lot more places use fresh milled masa. And I was always blown away by the flavor, the aroma that just elevated every single dish.
Right.
And it was very hard to find in the US.
What you can find easily are these prepackaged grocery store tortillas.
The ones that you find in the supermarket are awful. They're just awful. When a restaurant says that they make their own tortillas, it's probably made from a corn powder. Don't believe the code word.
Emmanuel's masa is different. He's trying to take it back to its roots.
Fresh masa is the backbone of Mexican cuisine, and it's very important to the entire diet of Latin America and Mesoamerica, and it helped establish Mexico as the country that it is.
All right. Please welcome to the stage Emmanuel Galvan of Bolita Masa. Let's give him a big round of applause. How are you?
I'm well. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you again, too. Was that the first time that you had ever done any kind of camera work?
No, I've been on, I used to do improv in college, so it doesn't show right now because I'm nervous. We did this earlier and it was completely empty and I could, make it work, but now I'm a little more...
Pretend like they're not there.
Not there, yeah.
Just me and you,
Wow.
but they are there. So.
You're all here, you're all here.
All right. All right, and we're so glad that they're here, and I would really love to kind of just chat a little bit about the video that they all just saw. Yeah. I think everyone kind of gave a chuckle when they heard, this person saying that the tortillas in the grocery store are just awful, awful. Is that a fair assessment? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I feel like everyone has a baseline, right? And they're awful when you have the real fresh version of them. You'll have, your baseline just increases, right? So I grew up on that kind of tortilla, so I didn't know they were awful. And then I found out, I'm like, oh, they are kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, you were lucky, and then you decided to kind of make that your work. So tell us a little bit more about Bolita Masa and why you started the company.
Yeah, I started in 2020. I really wanted to see more fresh masa available to the public. And, I really wanted to share like the beauty of this really humble ingredient with as many people as possible. And we're slowly doing that.
Exactly. Okay, so what do you do there? I think you're going to kind of show us a little bit about part of your process that actually happens in the video that we filmed. We see it on a much larger scale, obviously, but you're going to demonstrate kind of how somebody could actually make their own masa. Yeah.
You can definitely do this at home. You might not end up with like as fine of a grind on your masa, but I'm going to kind of walk you through like the different steps briefly.
Of the process. Now, this is for somebody who really wants to kind of get into it. Otherwise, people who are
Leave it
here,
up to me.
exactly, go to Bolita Masa to do all the work. So let's just start out by showing off some of the tools that we have. We'll get it on the screen so everybody can kind of see everything in like much greater detail. We have some brand new cameras in here, which are really exciting. Yes, it's very exciting. So what is step one? Like, what are we talking about when we're thinking about making and grinding this?
So you want to start with the highest quality maiz you can get, right? We work with a purveyor named Tamoa, and we source all of our maiz. It's all heirloom Mexican maiz. Okay. Right here we have a varietal called Azul Ancho.
Okay.
It's very literal. It's a wide kernel, so they named it Ancho, which means wide.
Okay, great.
Every varietal has like completely different texture and color and like aroma. So we really nerd out working with different varietals. So we're using Ancho Azul today.
Okay, and then this creates a beautiful color, right?
Yeah, it's make a really beautiful blue hue.
Okay, so we start with this, a great quality ingredient, and then what happens?
So you take cal, which is calcium hydroxide, you dissolve it in water, you heat up your water, and you add your maiz, and then you let it nixtamalize. So we don't really cook it, it's more of like a steeping process, it's a chemical reaction. So that's breaking down the maiz and kind of making the pericarp, which you can kind of see. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
It's like this gummy yellow starch.
Mm-hmm.
It starts breaking down the corn.
Yeah.
And then this you let soak for about 24 hours, and then you grind it.
Okay.
So at home you can use something like a mill, like a little grain mill. Okay. We use a volcanic stone mill. So it's this big motor. As two stone mills, they grind against each other, they create heat, they break down the maize, and they knead it.
Yeah.
And then you end up with this. Look at this magic.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So this is kind of what you'll see you and I doing in the video is making this gorgeous thing with this massive machine and these two stones that kind of grind it and make the process so much easier, which of course, as we all know, is not how it was done.
Yeah.
In ancient times, this was actually done all by hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
Okay.
they would use a metate, like a horizontal mortar and pestle.
Exactly, to kind of grind it. Okay, so this is kind of the process. So what are you going to be able to show us today?
So with masa, you can make so many different dishes. You can make tortillas, which is very basic. You can make sopes, gorditas, tamales, tostadas. We're going to make a tortilla today.
Okay.
And then we're just going to kind of let it sit on the griddle, and hopefully it'll turn into tostada.
Okay.
We're letting this get nice and warm.
All right, so on here you have kind of like an induction kind of burner.
Yeah.
You have a cast iron. So if somebody has one of these at home, they can actually get some of your masa.
Yeah.
And then they can kind of build it, make it into this kind of texture, and then you're going to kind of show us the perfect technique for kind of rolling and then making the start of it, which is the tortilla.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So what do we do after we kind of get the masa into a nice shape here?
I always roll it in my hand, and if you remove your hand and you feel like a little bit of cooling sensation, like your palm is like sweaty, there's too much water in the masa. So I would kind of let it sit out a little bit, let it dehydrate it. Or if you kind of roll it in your hand and it's starting to crumble, it's a little dry. So you would add a little, go for it. It's like a stress ball, which I really need at this moment.
Okay, perfect. Got a nice big one there. All right. So obviously we kind of did this process as well. So I'm going to also try this again because obviously the start of the video we see that I rip the tortilla.
You redeem yourself.
I'm going to try to do that, but I'm going to watch you again. So we'll kind of show off this process. So we're going to let the cameras kind of get over to here. And what is this?
A tortilla press. You can find these in most grocery stores. There's different kinds. I like this one. Oh no, I'm pretty fond of this shape.
Okay, great.
It's nice and heavy.
Okay.
And you just really have these like little plastic sheets in the middle. We take old like produce bags and like you can tell they're really well used.
Nice.
I probably made a couple hundred tortillas there. But you take your little, your little liner. You put your ball of masa inside. Give it a little press.
Okay.
And then another little press there.
Great.
And I think people's instinct is to like put all their weight in there. You just want to kind of push until you feel resistance, and then you pull back.
Okay.
But every press is different, and then every, it really depends on your press.
Exactly. And like you said, the moisture and everything. There's
Yeah.
so many different factors, right?
If
that
it's
go
too
into
wet, it might just like spread out really quickly.
Right.
So then you get this like little round here, right?
Okay.
It's nice round. You're then going to take it off and peel it off nicely. If
Okay.
it sticks again, it's maybe a little wet.
Okay.
So this is, the masa is pretty well hydrated. It's not sticking.
Okay.
And I can kind of move it between my hands.
Great.
So, and then you would lay it down and make a tortilla.
Okay. So isn't this also kind of a key part of it, is getting this to the perfect temperature?
Yeah, it's a tricky. People always ask like, what should I put a medium, low, high? I always tell people the right temperature is when you put your tortilla down, and it naturally unsticks in 10 seconds. That's my rule. 10 seconds, and it should naturally unstick. There's enough like oil in the maiz itself to kind of release on its own.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we'll see. The first one's never
Ooh, look at
works
that.
out, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Well, you didn't get a tear, and oh my
The
goodness.
bubbling is telling me it's a little hot.
So you can kind of see
Lower
here,
it
everybody.
a little bit.
I'm gonna try not to mess with your thing because I
No,
know
it's
if
fine.
I pull it off. But look at the steam. This is great. So
Yeah.
we're starting to already see a little bit of bubbling.
Yeah, it's a little warm, but I think we'll end up with a good tortilla. So I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and flip it over.
All right.
Got a little too much color for my liking, but it's going to be beautiful. I always tell everyone, like, your first tortilla might not be perfect,
Okay.
but it's still going to taste delicious if you use really good masa. So,
Okay.
just stick with it.
And then obviously what we're looking for, right, is this color. So it's kind of gotten a little bit of like caramelization on it, right? Mm-hmm. And if I was leaving it alone, it would probably start to like.
Yeah, it's really delicate right now. It's like, with like most breads, they're pretty like fragile right when you pull them out of the oven. It needs to rest a little bit and fully cook. So the first step is kind of searing it, and then we're going to fully cook it. And then I'm always kind of touching it. It should bounce back a little bit. That's telling me it's cooked and ready to get flipped over. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. See, this is a dry cast iron. There's no oil. There's nothing on it. It's like naturally unsticks. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. And if we did our job
and then
right,
look,
it should
yeah.
puff.
Can we see it?
Is it going to go?
Yay.
It's like
I don't want to touch
awkward.
it because I'm like, if I lift it, it'll lose the heat, right?
Yeah, but you can
Okay.
kind of sometimes sometimes they need encouragement, so I kind of press them a little bit here and there.
There we go.
And it's like, it's like an awkward teen. You just have to kind of push it into the dance, like you're ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
There we
that's
go.
the kind of inflation that you want. And then
Yeah.
this is kind of like a beautiful tortilla, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try this.
Great. Lucky
And
you. Look at this tortilla.
Ooh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
I got a nice amount of caramelization on it, little
Okay.
blistering spots.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, so I'm going to give
it's
it a
be
try.
very hot.
Oh, I'm not going to taste
Okay.
it. I'm going to try to make one.
Oh, you're going to try. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, great.
Let's see what happens.
That's a harder. I'm going to taste it and then.
Okay,
Yeah, do you want me to hold your
great.
microphone?
Yes, please. Okay, so I'm going to have you have it nice and close to my face.
Yep. Oh,
there
yeah.
we go. Okay, thank you.
I've never done this before.
There you go. You're doing great. Okay, so they're actually going to be able to try something as well, the audience, in a few moments. So we're going to tell you what they're going to be getting in a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and show everybody how easy this is, right?
Great.
Okay, great.
It's so easy.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so everyone can see. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit, right?
Oh,
nice
yeah,
and
yeah,
close. There we
sorry,
go.
sorry.
All right. So is this a good amount?
That's great.
Okay, here we go. Oh, gosh. What's going to be very embarrassing is that you already taught me how to do this once. So if I don't do it right again.
And you watch yourself in that video like every night,
Every
right?
night.
Yeah.
Every
So you
night.
should be perfect at
Trying
yeah.
to get it right.
Okay.
Okay, so how's this?
That's great. It might be
good?
a little big, but we're gonna be fine.
Okay, okay. So then we put it here
Yeah.
on the press. All right, great. Is this going to be too hot? Am I going to be like...
I lowered it a little bit,
Okay,
so I
great.
think we should be fine.
I don't
Yeah.
need to get any sort of points against me on this. Okay. Oh, and push.
And then yeah, I think we're good there.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, look at this.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, that looks pretty good,
Great,
right?
yeah.
And then I just remove this part.
Great.
All right, now this is what got me last time, right?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
There we
so
go.
then I just go like
Okay.
this.
Yep. And then use your thumb to kind of pin it. Yep.
Okay.
And pull slowly.
All right.
Okay.
Step two.
Yeah.
It's following me. Microphone
There we go.
is
Okay.
following
Microphone's
me.
following you.
All right, and then it's kind of like this.
Yeah. You're gonna drape. So and then use your thumb. Oh wait. You got it. Okay. Great.
Yeah!
It's fine. It's fine. We got this. We got this. Okay.
Oh.
You can repair. You can repair it a little bit, so you're gonna be fine. Yeah.
Oh, and then look, a little bit of bubbling's happening.
Yeah. So it's a little still too hot, but I think we're gonna be fine.
Okay.
We're gonna give it a little bit longer.
All right, please, we're losing everybody. Okay, let's. How about we should have had some substitute ones on the side here, so we could have just been like, ooh, and then the perfect one. Okay.
Okay, so it's
you know what?
It's sticking a little bit, but that's because it was a little hot.
A little
but we're
too
gonna be
hot.
fine.
Okay, so this is also to help everybody kind of see that if I can do this at home, you can do this at home, right? That's the whole goal. All right, so the color's looking pretty good, but it hasn't inflated yet.
You have some of the third flip. That third flip's really crucial because you're kind of cooking the tortilla. That third flip is when all the steam that you've trapped in the tortilla kind of starts to go crazy and then force the tortilla. Like all the hot air wants to get out, but you're trapping it inside the tortilla.
Amazing.
So that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so I see that they're going to be handing out some of this taste that you brought today.
Yeah.
So you brought something for everybody. So let's get on the screen here while my tortilla is cooking. What you've brought for everybody to try. So what do you call this dish?
So it's just like a veggie tostada. So we used.
And we'll pull up the ingredients list for everybody just so they can see, if there are any sort of like allergens or anything to think about. So go ahead and tell everybody about what you've brought.
So. You're gonna taste the tostada made with our heirloom masa, and then there's a little bit of a garbanzo puree on the bottom that has epazote and preserved lemon, and then some roasted carrots tossed in a salsa verde. That salsa verde is made with epazote, parsley, garlic, onion, and then a little bit of preserved lemon as well. It's getting a little hot.
Okay.
And then.
And I love epazote, and we were kind of talking about epazote earlier. So for how many of you use your paddles? Who's familiar with epazote? Green paddles up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
So some people are not familiar with epazote.
Yeah,
So describe it.
Yeah, I really love epazote. It kind of makes things taste more savory. I love using it with beans or mushrooms, or in this case, garbanzos and carrots. I think it brings out the earthiness that naturally exists in those ingredients. So, yeah, enjoy your little tostada.
And so what's interesting, though, is that I thought that tostadas always had to be deep fried in order to kind of get that really amazing crispy kind of texture and flavor, but...
Yeah, so what you could do is take your tortilla, you could either brush it with oil and bake it, or you can keep kind of on low temp on your comal. This takes a long time, but you can keep flipping it over back and forth until you have a nice crispy base. What you're having is kind of a hybrid version. We brush them with oil and then bake them a little bit. But you end up with a really nice solid base, and they're really sturdy. You can put whatever you want on top of them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so this recipe that everyone's trying, I mean, where did you come up with the inspiration for this?
I mean, beans are kind of we just love using every kind of bean. This is a variation of we take any kind of white bean, and garbanzo kind of fits that characteristic, and then cook it with a lot of garlic, onion, and epazote. It's really simple. And right now, carrots are in season, so we just take the same aromatics in the bean puree, make a salsa verde, and then I can help you with the microphone.
Oh, thank you.
And then, I don't know, we cook very humbly and simply. I think people think Mexican food is like carnitas and carne asada, and it is a lot of that, but most Mexican cuisine is actually very humble and vegetarian. I think that's something I really want to encourage and highlight is showing people that you can have really tasty food with a very humble ingredients.
Awesome. Okay,
yeah.
great. So you grind some of the masa there. What else do you do at the restaurant, at the space that you cook out of? You have some salsas and...
We do salsas. We sell salsa macha, salsa negra, other fresh salsas. We also do catering and lots of events and private dinners. So we do a lot of different things out of our space.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So now that everyone's kind of gotten a chance to see the ingredients list, they're starting to enjoy it. Let's just go ahead and kind of show them how they would have kind of done this at home if they were going to kind of place and prep this dish.
Great. So this is the tortillas we made now, but the tostadas that we make, as I mentioned, we don't get a lot of color on them. We make them a little thinner, and they end up kind of like this. So once you acidify your masa, in this case we brush a little bit of oil on them, it changes color.
Okay.
So blue will kind of turn purple if you fry it or add a little bit of oil to it.
Got it.
So we made these little tostadas, right?
Great.
And then we're gonna do very simple. I mean, we're not gonna make anything. We're just gonna plate
plating it here.
But we just do a little bit of our epazote, garbanzo beans.
And you've just kind of blended that together.
Yeah, kind of chunky, so there's texture. I like to remind people what they're eating. So there's
on the camera here.
Oh yeah, sorry.
There you go. Oh, perfect.
Oh, there we go.
That was great. There you go.
And then I mean, you can do white bean. You can do, use cashews if you want. You can do whatever you want on this base. I'm pretty forgiving. You know, do whatever you want.
It's pretty flexible.
And then just some carrots on top. And that's what you're eating.
Beautiful.
We just made those in the back a few minutes ago. What?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
And
is
you
what
can have that.
trying. Oh, thank you. I am going to save mine for later
Okay,
once I know
great.
that there will not be epizote in my teeth.
Yeah. True.
So
Yeah.
we have. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Is that mine?
That's the last one you made. Yeah.
Yes!
You got a nice
I
puff.
did it!
You got a big puff.
Wait, can they please show everybody that I did it?
Oh.
Okay, I'm really proud of myself. Okay.
Incredible.
All right, so where can people kind of find your product if they want to be able to do something like this at home?
Yeah, so you can find some of our salsas and masa at some grocery stores in the Bay Area.
Okay.
We also occasionally sell out of our kitchen in Berkeley, and we do farmers markets every once in a while in San Francisco. But yeah, our website has our little list of where you can find us, what events we're doing.
Yeah.
Hire us. I don't know. Yeah.
Awesome. And then they can actually go and purchase some of this today.
Yeah, we brought masa for you to, if you want to try some making tortillas at home. There's masa in the lobby for you to purchase.
Okay.
They're by the pound, so it's very manageable.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And you all maybe don't know this about me, but I love surprises, and it's just never enough to just give you all a taste here in the this common space. So once they head out to the lobby, they're going to be able to try something else.
Oh yeah, we have little cups of atole, which is a masa beverage. It's warm. It has a little bit of honey and cinnamon. It's really tasty. So please get a little cup. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Atole! Wow, I've never seen such a big reaction for atole.
All right, so
Wow.
as we wrap up here, is there anything else that you wish like more people kind of understood or knew like about where they're getting their ingredients and especially like these really special kind of varietals of corn?
Yeah, I think keep seeking, high quality ingredients and support makers who are making things that maybe aren't that common, right? I will keep doing this as long as people are buying it. I bet there's a bunch of other people out there who are doing very similar cool things, but maybe you don't know about them, or just like I think keep supporting makers, BIPOC makers, Latino makers. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So thank you so much. They're going to be able
welcome.
to chat with you out in the lobby once the
Yeah.
show is over. We have one more round to do. Let me ask you this. Did you learn anything from the trivia while you were kind of watching? Anything that shocked you?
I feel like I knew. Okay, there was. Well, I'm trying to.
Knew everything?
Well, I don't know.
All right.
This
Well,
is my
thank you very
job.
much.
It's my
anyway.
job.
You're right. You did.
Yeah.
You probably did know all of that because the producers from Beyond the Menu, they tapped on you a lot for your knowledge. And I want to give a shout out to the producers for Beyond the Menu because they wrote almost all of the trivia for tonight's game. So I'm really excited to have collaborated with them and so excited to have collaborated with you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Okay. This is the final round, everybody. Let's go ahead and get the scores up on the screen again, and let's invite back our three competitors who've now had quite a bit of a rest. Let's welcome back Crystal, Bo, and Savannah to the stage. They're gonna need a huge round of applause for what's about to happen, so. This is going to be interesting. Okay. All right, so everybody, this is round 5. We always try to do some sort of mix of trivia, right, and physicality, because, I mean, how else do you have a game show, right? It's not just trivia. It's all about doing all sorts of things. So if you all would just kind of back up as contestants, we're going to make sure that this final round comes out safely. They have also all removed their microphones, and you're about to see why in just a moment. We call this round, taste. Oh, shit. Okay, interesting. I'm going to have the producers, Paloma is going to assist you with kind of just making sure that your mics are completely removed from you because water and microphones don't mix. All right, so I'm going to help assist here. So what we have in front of us is round 5, and let's go ahead and put up the rules. Emily, this is you. Come on back up for this. I'm going to need your help. Yeah, welcome Emily back to the stage. All right, So Emily is going to, in a few moments, put 60 seconds on the clock. And we have 6-gallon buckets of water. Eric Don, everybody, thank you for helping out. We appreciate you for lifting these, the heavy lifting here. So these 6-gallon water jugs have cobs of corn on the inside. Now, the rules are very simple. You cannot use your hands. You gotta just somehow get in there, and this is corn. I'm gonna let you know we did test this game out. We tested it out. It was hilarious. And when we tested it, the people did not do very well. So I'm just gonna see. Emily, are you wishing you were playing right now? Are you happy? You're good, okay. All right, so next to the right of each one of these buckets is a small little plate. What they need to do once the 60 seconds is on the clock, you know what, I'm feeling very generous. We say 60 seconds here, let's give them a minute and a half, huh? Shall we? I think you guys got a minute and a half more, yeah? Okay. All right, so a minute and a half will be on the clock. You are going to put your hands behind your back, you're gonna dive in, and you're gonna see how many cobs of corn you can get out of these buckets. Now, you must place the cob of corn onto the plate beside it. If it doesn't make it in, you can't get points. Now, because this is so challenging, you also, for every cob of corn that goes into the plate, you will get 20 points, okay? I know, these are big stakes right now. Everybody's really excited. All right, so is everybody ready? Contestants, go ahead and step up. Step forward. All right. So if somebody could make a note that next time we should probably get some goggles that you can see out of. We made it that much harder. Okay, that's actually, okay, great. All right, so everybody, I want to make sure that everybody's nice and close, that everything's pretty fair here as much as we can be. All right, amazing. Emily, how are we doing?
The clock is
All
ready.
right, audience, they have a minute and 30 seconds to try to make this happen. And one day we'll do the science of why these corn cobs are going to be so difficult to get out of here. But you guys can just watch it live for yourself. All right, let's go ahead and put a minute and 30 on the clock. Go ahead and tell them when.
Ready, guys? Yes. All right, go.
Toward the edge of the bucket in order to get it. That's the technique you have to use. You have to push one. Oh my gosh, you're so close. It's not even funny. You're doing so great. You're doing it for the kids in the back, okay? The children of the corn. Got it.
5 seconds.
You have to use the corn and push it against another. Can we get a timer? 0. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Ooh, Bo's still going. Bo's still going. Okay. That's time, everybody. It's poor Savannah. All right. No, it's really hard. It's really hard. So, Emily, if I'm not mistaken, we've just got one contestant with one ear of corn that came out. Is that correct? Okay, just getting double eyes on it.
That's correct.
So, Bo, you get 20 extra points.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emily, so much for assisting. So if we can get our final score, so you all can lift up your goggles now. Oh, so close. It was so close. So, Bo, you got those 20 extra points, 190 points for you. Savannah, 220. But Crystal, you just blew it out of the water there.
Prizes?
Amazing job. Crystal, how do you feel? You guys feeling good? How was that?
Feeling corny.
Nice. Bo, I really want you to tell everybody about the science of the technique behind what you did, because you actually did what you needed to do, which was?
A lot of tongue.
Yes, and moving forward to Savannah.
Thank you.
Wow, but I will say, my student Aleni, we were talking about what the game would be, and she said it would be this.
Oh, so extra credit points for getting it right. That was really great. Great effort. It was a really hard game. So I have some prizes for all of your efforts, because what can you have? You can't have a game show without prizes. So Emily, if you could give me the prize, the grand prize here, and if you give those to Bo and Savannah. Big hand to Bo and Savannah.
You guys. Good job.
Okay, so let's see here. Emily, actually, can you help me out? We're at the end of the show. I'm failing. Okay.
I'm free work.
Here's the last part. So these are some of the things that everybody will get, which is, okay, if you want to hold this. So this is some masa from Bolita Masa. Okay, great. And then it looks as though we've got some KQED live tickets that will be coming your way. Okay, and then I believe that you will be getting some salsa, and they're probably not here in the bags because they need to be refrigerated. So food safety first. And you get this awesome tote bag. Okay. Savannah and Bo, if you wouldn't mind, we'll have you go on out to the green room. Thank you so much for participating. So fun. And then Crystal, if you want to come over here on the other side of me, come on over here. So we also got you this. This is from Chronicle Books. This is more trivia games for you, since you love trivia and you're so competitive. And then I told you all about my mentor who's in the audience here. Now, I actually came up with this game show idea almost 8 years ago. 8 years ago. And my dear mentor, Kim Bardakian, who's in the audience today with my women's group, who's helped to support me this whole way, has a company called Town Love. So I'm hoping that we can kind of get a little camera shot on this here. I know we can't get in super tight, but this is Town Love boxes, which are really awesome things with all sorts of treats inside. So let's see if we can get a little, just a tight, not too tight on here. Just there we go. Great. Okay. Awesome. Okay, all sorts of stuff is falling out. It's going to be an avalanche of paper is what you first get, and then after that, maps to see all sorts of places where you can go and find all sorts of makers who are doing these amazing things that are in this box. If you could assist me here, you've got some chocolates here, and you have some amazing granola guru, some red bay coffee, and you've got some of these amazing pinto beans and rice, some teas, and some garlic chili, yeah, as well, yeah. So these are all gonna be, you can go onto Town Love on the website and find these amazing boxes. So you've got one of these. I'll close this up for you. Thank you, Crystal. All right, and I know they don't want to show a close-up of this, but I had to do this. I went and did this myself. I don't give a close-up, but just can you show everybody what I got for? Can you see this? Okay. First place, chew on this, KQED. And if you look very closely on the side, it's got I think that this little person's holding an ear of corn, yeah. So congratulations, you're the winner.
Of course.
All right, awesome job, Crystal. Thank you all so much for being here. I really want to say that the only way that we can keep doing these KQED live events is for you to come out and be here in our awesome space and have some great fun. We would love your ideas, and I think you're probably wondering, why does Southwest care? Well, there's somebody in the audience named Peter from Southwest, who's hiding in the back, so no one will know it's him, who was so generous. He came to the first show, loved it so much, he said to me, you know what? I got something for you. So if you all want to just go ahead and scan this, just do it right now. You can take out your phones. We're almost at the end of the show. We're totally wrapping up. We would love for you to just scan this QR code. Take just a few moments to kind of fill it out. The most important thing is that if you had a great time, put some comments there. But most importantly, if you have ideas for games, we would love that. And we would love to give you some credit in our next show. But if you fill this out and then show it to the folks at the door, we actually have from Southwest a 25% discount code for anybody that shows at the door as they're leaving that they've done the survey, 25% off a flight to anywhere, okay, that Southwest goes, all right? So Southwest flies all over the greater Bay Area with hundreds of flights, including from Hawaii and to Mexico. And so you all can use this to actually get yourself a flight voucher. So thank you very much, Peter and Southwest Airlines, for doing this so we can get a little bit more information from you all on how you liked the game. All right, so out in the lobby is atole. We've got the survey that we'll have you guys show at the door. And then finally, go ahead and say hi to your competitors out there, grab some masa, mix and mingle. And we have one event that's coming up on May 29th. It's a burrito showdown. One of our KQED reporters, Carlos Cabrera Lomelli, will be hosting this event. It's going to be so much fun here on the KQED live stage, so you all can come, do that burrito showdown, enjoy, and see another competitive game play out on the KQED live stage. Did y'all have fun? All right, awesome. I just want to give a big thank you to every one of the producers from the Beyond the Menu team, all of the producers from the KQED Live team. A huge thank you to everybody in the booth, including our associate producer from Check Please Bay Area, Candace, who is doing the scorekeeping. A big thank you to Emily for showing up, even though you were no longer a contestant, but you did so well. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to all of you for being here, and everybody who was watching at home. We know you had fun, but not as much fun as you had here. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time.